I don't wanna hear a peep, let the boss talk.
I be speaking for the trenches, this that boss talk.
White snakes, no crease, how the boss walk.
I be shooting from the logo, this that boss talk.
I don't want the middleman, hit the boss up.
She gon' make it shake more, cause her boss talk.
Stayed down, made a plan, had the boss up.
Lil dip with the lean, this how boss walk. A lot of niggas be thinking they boss when it comes to that talking, all them words that are lost. A lot of niggas be thinking they boss, like Harden with the moves, I'ma shimmy when you fall.
Choose to do what everybody doing, I ain't basic. And I want it all, no cap, that's a statement. What's understood ain't gotta be explained, understatement. They let us all chill the wrong water, I ain't drinking.
Hey, we back for another episode of Boss Talk with Josh.
And Keys, we locked in.
We locked and loaded, man.
Boss Talk.
Boss Talk. Welcome to the
Episode
Boss's
6.
Circle, man. Episode 6, like he said. Boss's Circle, where bosses assemble. We bosses. That's why we assembling.
That's why we here.
You know what I mean? Viewers, your bosses too, man. Guys, happy to be here. How
Definitely.
you feeling?
I'm feeling great, bro.
I'm feeling good too.
Fresh off a good episode.
Fresh off a great episode. Got a lot of traction. You know what I mean? Remo, shout out to Remo for the episode, man. You're a soldier, man. You know.
You a boss, bro.
And you killed that freestyle. Killed
Definitely.
the interview. So, but we gonna hop right into it. We got a lot to get to. It's a hell of a week coming up. Hell of a couple weeks. A lot of stuff. A lot of news. But I say the thing we starting off with is probably the biggest news, especially today.
Mm-hmm.
Kendrick Lamar is back. He's back after a 5-year hiatus.
Yep, 5-year
absence. 5-year hiatus, bro. He's dropping his newest album. His last album under TDE, you know, which was the label that's been big with SZA and Isaiah Rashad and J Rock, a lot of great people on there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now he's back at the 5-year hiatus with Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. That's the titled album. Interesting. With Kendrick, he always gonna come with something different. That's what I do know, right?
Yeah.
He announced this album with a PG Lang under his PG Lang label, which is his label, with a website announcement, and basically was a retweet too from somebody who said that Kendrick Lamar is retiring, and he retweeted that with the link to the website that had the information about the album dropping May 13th. Get ready.
May 13th. Is that a Friday?
Yeah, it's Friday. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
He released it
on a Friday the 13th.
Yeah, he's drawn. Oh man, it's gonna get scary.
It's gonna get real scary. That's a great time to drop, bro. That's a great time to drop, especially coming after a 5-year hiatus. Like you said, it's like
it's big.
It's big. Yeah, definitely. That's scary for the West Coast.
Scene. Yeah. You know what I mean? Last time Kendrick has dropped any like music was with Baby Keem, who's under his label PG Lang, who is also his his cousin, which is very interesting. And they just fresh off a Grammy, for best rap song for Family Ties.
That was a hot song.
Yeah, really good song. But Keith, what did he say in that song? He said, man, like, y'all better burn your hard drives. Y'all better, postpone that album. Like, after that single, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I'm coming through, and I'm coming through as raps. So it's that time now. So get ready, everybody. Kendrick Lamar's coming through. Keith, what do you expect from this album? Because this is big. This is big for hip-hop. Very big.
Me personally, I expect what you expect from all the GOATs. And by that, I mean, like,
greatness?
Great music, every time. Now, this time around, I don't know if he dropped, he didn't drop a track list or anything yet, did he?
No, not yet.
All right,
Only said album.
Okay, so one thing I am expecting is 20-plus songs. Which is
because of the backload.
Because of the backload.
It's been 5 years.
Yeah, because of the backload, I'm feeling like at least 20.
I wouldn't be mad.
I wouldn't be mad at all. Of course not. But I'm expecting a lot of music, and I'm expecting a lot of controversy to come from this. Honestly speaking, I feel like when a person like him, he's unapologetic.
Right.
He Last time he dropped, he dropped some stuff that'll make some rappers mad.
For sure.
So you feel me? For him to drop on Friday the 13th, and also on top of that, for the 5-year hiatus, I feel like a lot of things have been said, and by him retweeting the tweet, let you know that he's paying attention to everything
That's being said.
That's being said, and I think he's gonna respond.
Hey, Kendrick for sure gonna respond.
I think he's gonna respond, and I'm expecting
goats.
some. I'm expecting a lot of West Coast
vibes,
as well as West Coast connections with the features.
Okay.
I'm expecting a few features from
like
some
that.
West Coast people, and he's not the type of person to dick ride the hot artist.
No, sir.
He'll make the best out of a average artist.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I think you'll get a lot of people that we haven't all heard of, or people that aren't mainstream, but they'll give you that mainstream vibe. Yeah, for sure.
Dealing with Kendrick,
you got to. No choice.
I like that. That was a pretty good analysis. I think that Kendrick is gonna come with another concept album, just like he always do. It's always a concept. Kendrick and J. Cole, they drop concept albums. Yeah. It's not just a collection of songs. It's a meaning behind it. You know what I mean? Everything, every word, every lyric, every sequence of the songs is meaningful and is purpose because of the concept order, right? So I believe it's gonna be concept. I believe it's going to be different than every other album because what Kendrick does every time is reinvents itself.
Definitely.
So it's going to be a different vibe. Don't know what it's going to be, but based off the name Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, it's giving me kind of like some 70s vibes, like a band type of vibe. So I don't know if that means he may be, based on the name, I feel like he may get some 70s influence, which wouldn't be nothing that he's not used to, like digging into older crates of music and stuff. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, I think he may do something like that. I wouldn't be shocked with some of these features being some of the West Coast people. He said, with this being the last TDE album, he may connect with maybe J-Rock again, or Isaiah Rashad, or SZA, just because it's the end of the road of the last TD album. Why not, connect with them guys? Also, I think maybe the Thundercats will be on there, which was a group that he had on Timber Butterfly. I think he's going to give those type of maybe rock or jazzy vibes. A new style. It's going to be different than what's out here, but it's going to be well respected, and he's going to do his thing. But yeah, Kendrick, I believe he's going to drop another good album, another classic. I'm ready to say that. 5 years. Means you're very calculated with what you was trying to drop with your music. You wasn't worried about this stuff. So I believe he going to come through and do what he got to do. So I am looking forward to you, Kendrick, and we will be here to break it down because I am a Cole fan, but I'm definitely a fan of you, Kendrick, and I know that, you're respected and you're a GOAT in this game.
He going number one.
You know what I mean? For sure. He going number one. He going to
sure.
draw. He going to draw. It's highly anticipated. You got to realize Damn went crazy.
Yes.
Multi-platinum album. Multi-singles are platinum, and that album won a Pulitzer Prize, which don't happen for rap albums.
Rap albums, yeah. That's what I'm about to say. Rap albums. That's a different.
You know what I mean? Grammy Award-winning album, Pulitzer Prize winner. Like, he is big. So, definitely, Kendrick, we can't wait to see you, and we expect greatness. Another person that is dropping pretty soon is Future, who is another big dog like Kendrick. You know what I mean? Him and Kendrick has also had, songs together and, dropped classics and platinum singles together. So that's the one I'm looking forward to. That's the Toxic King is back.
I was about to say, I'm expecting a whole lot of Toxic.
Toxicity at its finest.
He just dropped something very toxic, some may say, on Valentine's Day.
Oh, the worst day.
Called it the worst day. And they explain why it's the worst day. And
he got a lot of females to worry about on this day.
Thinking about his lifestyle and the way his Valentine's might really go, it might be the worst day of the year. So I'm not mad at him for calling it that, and I think that we'll get a lot of those vibes on there. And he's another guy who addresses things.
Yeah,
I love the artists that address things. Like, don't leave us in the cold. Tell us how you feel. Let us learn more about you. You know what I'm saying?
Yourself.
So he expresses himself, and we're gonna get a lot of that again. He will also touch number one on the charts as well.
For sure, when he drop. That week.
He'll touch number one that week. And I'm looking for both of them to go far above 50K the first week.
For sure. That's
200,
300.
That's what I was about to say.
Like,
I see them in the hundreds. I see them in the hundreds.
Like,
at least at worst 150 the
Kendrick
first week.
could do 500,000 himself.
Yeah, he could. He
Like,
might go gold the
big.
first week. Especially after 5 years. Especially, he's a lot of people's favorite artist.
For sure.
So, 500 the first week, I see that.
Yeah. Like at worst, I see them guys 200 plus.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying? At worst.
I honestly wanted to say 300, but
yeah,
I'll take 2.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll take 2 to be safe.
At least 2. When I see 200,000, I say more so to 270.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm saying.
At least.
That's where I'm at with it. Yeah. 275-ish.
At lowest.
That's them.
They're gonna be big. Toxic Vibes. Don't know what to fully expect with the whole Future album fully, because we only got that one single so far. But we just know it's toxic. We just know good music should be there. We should know he should be hooking up with familiar artists that he already hooked up with. Maybe not no new artists, because like he don't really do. I don't really see 2 new artists out here he probably would be hanging with or collab with, but more so the people that makes good music and goes into his style of music for sure.
I see Dirk. I see Gunna. I definitely see Young Thug,
of course,
for sure. And I wouldn't be surprised if I saw Uzi.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be. Well, he was on the last one too.
Yeah. He just had a collab.
Yeah, and I loved High Off Life, the song where they had All Bad too.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that album as a whole. Period. So yes, I definitely see him. All familiar people he already worked with. I don't really see no new people, but Future gonna bring the music, and I think he may be in line. He could possibly drop one of his best albums too. He's in line to do that because he's a veteran in his game, respected, been around the block many times, and dropped a whole lot of great music. And like I said, this is the 2020s that we're in, like that, decade or whatever, right?
New decade, fairly new.
So a lot of people wants to put their stamp and start putting those classic, you know what I'm saying?
Record-breaking type time.
Exactly.
It's time for that.
You know what I mean?
Especially coming off of, remember, a lot of people held back due to COVID.
Right.
A lot of people held back those record-breaking albums because tours weren't popping as much. So it might not have been a great investment to drop at those times. Now with the world opening back up, so to speak, unless 10,000 new strands come out.
Yeah.
With the world opening back up somewhat, people doing big tours like Astroworld was pretty big.
Yeah.
People doing big stuff like that. The Roots Picnic. They just did something in Philly not too long ago. So with stuff going on,
a lot of stuff going on.
People seeing that money can be made. Now is the time, if you're gonna drop something historic, to drop something historic.
Game on.
Which brings me to the conversation we had not too long ago about another artist who I'm expecting to drop, No Cap.
Okay. Oh yeah.
He'll drop something historic in his own respective way.
Another one to push him further
away. I'm not gonna say something as gigantic as Kendrick or a Future, but in his own respective manner,
it'll make strides.
It'll make a stride. It may. I think personally, it'll be his best project. So No Cap.
I ain't mad at
waiting on you, bro.
Let's go, No Cap. That's next week too.
Yeah,
so,
the 29th.
Yeah, around your birthday time.
Day before my birthday. Oh yeah, that's all. That's all I'm banging on the 30th.
You know what? Let's not talk about record sales for No Cap then. So no. I'm messing with you.
Hey, bro, you gonna surpass?
Because Future dropping the same day.
You gonna? Damn, bro. I would say push that shit back, but you did that too much. So.
Push it back, No Cap.
No, you good, bro. You can drop the same day. Future might push your shit. You good.
Oh man,
you respect it.
And okay, now that being said, a guy that's going to drop by the time this pod drops is Pusha T, right?
Pusha.
He's a respected veteran in his game, right? Lot of music. Came a long way from the Clips days to him being by himself singular, to Good Music days with Kanye. He be with Pharrell and everything, all those things, right? Now he about to drop his album, or is probably be dropped already at this point. I'm sorry, Pusha. I can't remember the name. It's Almost Dry. Sorry.
That's the name of the album?
Yeah, it's Almost Dry.
I didn't even know the name of the album. Wow.
Yeah, it's Almost Dry. He had 2 singles already out. Diet Coke, which is a big banger, and then Neck and Wrist with Jay-Z and Pharrell. But yeah, he got his track list out. He gonna have Kanye on there. He got Lil Uzi on there. He got
that'd be a high collab.
Yeah, he got Pharrell, of course. He got guys on there, and he got himself. That's it's Pusha. He gonna hold it down himself. But Keys, I want to just tap into what do you think? What makes Pusha stands out in this rap culture? You know what I mean?
What I like about him is kind of similar. I sound like a broken record at this point to everybody else. Is he addresses things?
Oh yes,
another artist that's not gonna leave us dry
in the dark. Yeah,
he's not gonna leave us high and dry. He's gonna definitely address some stuff. Similar to Pusha, similar to Kendrick. I believe Pusha is gonna hurt some artists' feelings.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
I'm almost guaranteed. I'm willing to bet that he's gonna hurt somebody's feelings.
He's gonna do it.
Unapologetically.
Yes.
And direct. He's not gonna
He holds no punches.
subtweet anyone.
Yeah.
This time around. He's gonna name drop likely, and someone else's is gonna be someone else's job to respond back. So
Yep.
How you feel about
How
that?
you feel about that? Yeah, but Pusha, I mean, for one, he's one of the last of the he's the king of coke rap for sure.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He can break that down in so many different ways.
Yes, he can.
And able to tie the coke rap to other things, to the black struggle, to fame, to a lot of different things. Like it's history. Like he breaks it and winds it down to many different other topics. It's not just simple coke rap. But he's really good with the pen, lyrics, and everything. And he's one of those people that is entered the same wave with the Kanye, with the Jay-Z's of the world. Like they're like in that realm of people that are in the 40s and still out here doing what they got to do.
Bro,
you feel what I'm saying?
Hot, not
yes.
just doing what they gotta do, but
Hot
it's
and
a lot
relevant.
of it's a lot of 40-year-old people who come up there and waste their time.
Right.
Who go in the studio and waste their time. Like really waste their time. Like
Yeah.
these people are actually doing this in their
40s, when you thought that the rap, like their rap wouldn't be relevant, what they said wouldn't be relevant at this point, and they'll probably be doing other things. But for the fact that Pusha and even Kanye and Jay-Z and things like that can be like in that age bracket and still got something relevant to say and still give you something fresh, and reinvent themselves or just make something different and just bring the bars of the roots of music, of rap anyway. So that makes him stand out, and he the only boy that can get a Pharrell and Kanye, which is known as in history to the best beat producers, you know,
Yes.
beat makers in history. So for you the only boy that can pull both of them together and had, you know what I mean, got that pull. So
also what makes it hot about him being the age that he is and the other guys that we mentioned being the age that they are still giving out good music is half of the newer generations don't even listen to them, and they still top other people who have a broader generation and listen to them in record sales.
yes,
And just being relevant.
That's
Like
dope.
they top some of the 20-year-olds in being relevant.
yes,
Like I'm gonna be honest,
He's
I listen
dope.
to some of the younger people and listen to them as well. And it's like when you pay attention to who else listens to them, it's
really
like
yeah.
like they not even. What I'm saying is, for them to be so much older than everyone else in the game, they're not even getting the 20-year-olds, and they're still surpassing 20-year-old rappers.
Yeah, for sure.
Who are relevant.
That's dope.
Quote unquote.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it's like they keep their name alive.
They do keep their
It's
name
like-
alive. It's an
like
art.
Polo
That's
Ralph
hard.
Lauren. It's not going anywhere.
Right.
It's not going
It's hard
anywhere.
to keep yourself relevant and be in the game for so many years like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
a lot of people who
goes
you
out
thought
to
would
them.
be relevant have
passed away.
Passed.
There's some people that be a year and gone, 6
Yes.
months and gone, and not relevant no more. So for them guys to really stand out, kudos to y'all, man.
Kudos. Hats off to y'all.
Yeah. Before we even transition to the next side of things, the Pusha and Drake beef may be reigniting.
Reignited?
Yeah, it may come back up. When we thought it was dead, and Pusha said like, yeah, me and him, Drake, we not cool and buddy, but we ain't at each other's throats. We both fathers, we doing our thing or whatever, you know what I mean? But then there's rumors and there is tracks, there's audio of a Drake being on a Jack Harlow song. Jack Harlow is another person that's coming out real soon. Being on a track with him and dissing.
Yes,
You
I
know
heard
what I'm
about
saying? Crazy. And he has a lot of interesting things to say to him. One of the things he told him, he would spit it in his face.
Wow.
Very disrespectful.
that. Wow, that doesn't even sound like Drake.
Yes. Mind you, let me share some lyrics. I ain't gonna say it like him, but everybody's acting irreplaceable. It's like they ain't disposable. My urges for revenge are uncontrollable. I know we're getting older though, yeah, but I gotta get a nigga back for that. It's non-negotiable. It's not even debatable. Then he continues and he says, all I hear is tall tales coming from little men. When I say bitch, I'm very rarely referring to women. Most of the bitches I know are niggas. They are not even women. Yeah, all I hear is plug talk coming from middlemen, which he kind of alluded that Pusha never sold drugs. He's talking about a lifestyle that he's seen and all that stuff. But yeah, this is somebody that's. Oh, and he said, if I see you, I spit in your face. Daytonas with the green faces. Mind you, Pusha dropped Daytona. That was his last album he dropped.
Right.
So he got, it's like little jabs.
Wow.
But it's like, man, it's like Drake is not forgetting what he said. He said, man, like, it's not negotiable. I got to see you about that. What you did, that disc you had out, you told the world I had a kid. I was wanted to bring that out myself. And you know what I mean? Like, the way you did that and made it seem like I'm a bad guy. And like I told you, he had a whole Adidas press run. He was about to, promote his son. He stopped all that because he exposed everything. You know what I'm saying? So, like, he ruined some of his pockets, ruined how, like, that was, like, probably the first L we seen Drake take. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you got a chip in the armor. Mm-hmm. So it's like, that didn't sit well with him, you know? And then it was just, you know, how it was just all of a sudden it's going to be this crazy diss track record that Drake was going to drop, but Jay Prince stopped him. You know, allegedly that was going to happen. We don't know. But, yeah, like, that's crazy. So for him to kind of still say some lyrics and, you know what I mean, on an unreleased Jack Harlow song of all things.
Jack Harlow song.
Who's about to drop an album 2 weeks after Pusha.
I ain't gonna lie.
You know what I'm saying?
If I'm Jack, I'm dropping that.
Oh, for sure.
Because that's gonna bring records.
But is it gonna drop now? Because, you know, we don't know if some people don't want to be in that drama. You know what I'm saying? DJ Drama, he got Jack Harlow. We don't know if he wants to even be in the mix of all that. We don't know. We don't know. And then it's crazy because the word of that comes out before Pusha album drops.
Right.
So like I said,
Pusha some time to come back.
So who knows? By the time this is being said, we may even have a diss track towards him because he got word of it and may have changed. We don't know. You know what I mean?
The crazy part that stands out to me is the spit in the face part.
Yeah, that's disrespect.
Like how he talks about Pusha not selling the drug. Mm-hmm. I've never known Drake to spit in somebody's face.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's pretty Degrassi.
Yes.
That's the Degrassi side of Drake. That's animated to me.
Animated entertainment.
I think, you know, right now when Drake was in the booth, he was pretty emotional and he was talking through glass.
Yeah, he was.
He was talking through the glass, you know.
He was.
Protective screen.
Protective screen. Well, I guess we're going to see what the heck happened if that gets reignited, but that's very interesting and we break all that down on Boss Talk, as you said.
Definitely. We're unapologetic as well, you know.
Apologetic. We say what we got to say.
Say what we got to say.
He's moving on to football. Because football, what we know, the draft is coming up, right?
Yes, the draft is coming.
Which is like the big time for this part of the NFL offseason. We have to go into some teams that are a team that really needs this draft. The draft is all about retooling and rebuilding, or you know what I mean, getting more ammunition so you can be in a place where you can now run for that championship and win that Lombardi. So some of these teams definitely need this to get to even anywhere close of being competitive. Mm-hmm. So Keys, what team would you say needs this draft? Like needs to have a great draft?
Now, usually I try to stay away from my bias.
Okay.
But in this particular time, I think I'll encourage my bias.
Okay.
To say that the Patriots need a draft desperately.
They do need a good draft.
Desperately, we need a good draft.
They do need.
I feel like last year we went 10-7, so it's not as desperate as you want to make it sound.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe we are going to definitely.
You the one that said they're great. They need it.
I'm saying we need it. I'm saying we need it because coming off of a 10-7, when people thought we were going to be 7-10.
Okay.
That gives us the ammunition to go and get the pieces that will make us 11-6 or 12-5 or something of that nature.
Okay.
I think that what we're missing,
New England.
Mm-hmm. What we're missing is a faster defense. So I think we spend the most of our draft shopping defensive players. Mm. Luckily, this draft, I don't know if you know this, holds the fastest quarterbacks combined for 40 speeds. Mm. I think of all time, I want to say.
That's dope.
If not all time, the best in a long time.
Yeah.
So this is the fastest DBs that will be coming out of the draft.
D-backs.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
that's dope.
Us getting rid of JC, I think we see something.
We need to retool and get
another thing about the Patriots that I don't know if people want to sleep on, but we're great drafting defensively. We draft a lot of
Bill Belichick. Makes sense.
We draft a lot of good defensive players, especially at the defensive back positions.
Right.
So I think we'll have a great draft defensively. I think offensively I don't think we do too much offensively in the draft. I think we rock out with what we got, and I think
Wide receiver.
I think honestly we don't need it.
Mac Jones.
I think honestly we don't need it. It's a few names out there.
Help him out. He needs help. Because if he don't get it, you're going to see the real him.
Y'all heard it here first, man. Whether we get a receiver or not, we're going at least 10-7.
You got to remember, he was in Alabama with 4 first-rounders or whatever. You know what I'm saying? All these first-round wide receivers. Another one that's about to come out this year. You better, come on.
Wouldn't be surprised if you get it on teammate. But also...
he needs help.
Also, I don't think we need that. Honestly,
Fast defense.
I think we can rock out with a high power defense, and Mac Jones will figure out the offense pretty well. We got a good running back. We got great.
No Josh McDaniels either.
We got good tight ends. We went without Josh McDaniels before. What happened?
You ain't had Mac Jones.
But what happened? What happened?
That's a guy in his second
came
year.
back?
He's still trying for. He said, "Bro, man, I just lost my all OC. I ain't got no wideouts. I ain't got Henry Ruggs. I ain't got Devontae Smith. I ain't got."
Hey Josh, what's your team? Let's go home. He just want to kill my guy. We're going 10-7. You heard it here first. And if he want to bet, he's gonna lose his money. So that's what I feel.
Well, Keith, I'm gonna go right where.
Trying to kill my team. Man. That boy crazy.
I mean, honestly, I'll step in that same water, because I honestly wanted to talk about my team, because like I said, you said weeks ago, when we gonna talk about your Eagles and this and that or whatever, right? So I'm like, I want to talk about my Eagles, because I think we're going to be the stars of the draft. I think we're.
Wow,
you know what I mean?
Stars.
I say
the draft.
there's a lot of stars in the sky, so we'll be one of the stars.
Star in the
because
draft
honestly,
is
you gotta
the
look at it.
Cowboys.
We already have been that. We had 3 first-round picks. We already finessed the Saints, right? And now we got 2 first-round picks, and we got a first-round pick for next year. So we got 2 first-round picks for next year, because we got our own and then theirs. And then we got an extra second round. And you know what I'm saying? We got all these picks. But the point is, Howie Roseman has been redeeming himself since the bad drafts and all that stuff, starting last year. You know what I mean? And then even 2018, he had some gems, that's just shine. But we're going to have a great draft. I think we need a great draft, because as you see, the NFC's wide open. I already told y'all weeks ago, NFC kind of not wide open, because Brady came back. It was a little different. Yeah. But really, honestly, it's still kind of wide open, because it's only Brady, the Buccaneers, the Packers, and the Rams. There's 3 teams. Well, in the AFC, where your team at and everything, there's a whole dog-like fight. There's not that many over there. So if you hit in this draft, and you already just was a playoff team last year, if you could really hit in this draft and do your thing, you can be that 4th team, or you can be in the mix. So that's why I say that. And I think this is the year that you continue to give Jalen Hurts what he needs, because you're going to give him another year to continue to shine or whatever, right? And then you set yourself up for next year if you want to move off of him in a stronger quarterback draft, or if you just want to continue to build around them. But this year, you can continue to get young faces that can continue to be cornerstones in your team, because that's what my team has been transitioned to, getting new cornerstones of their team in this generation. So I believe they may get another wide receiver to go tag along with Devontae Smith to help Jalen Hurts, because he got, they have a high-powered offense. Or I think they may get some linebackers. We desperately need linebackers, some fast-flowing linebackers. So that could help on the defense.
We'll talk about our team.
It may be cornerbacks, to team them up with Darius Slay. Or it could be more D-line help. Or not even D-line help, but just D-linemen, because that's our best position that we pride our joy in, is the line. So we go multiple ways, but that's why I say we need to have a great draft, because if we have a great draft, we can be in the mix, and that's what you want to do, is be in the mix and be able to say that you're one of those teams. Howie, you are a Super Bowl winning GM. You know what I'm saying? This is, you know what to do.
The mix of what, though?
So,
What's the mix? First round exit?
No. The mix, the mix is just the mix. Because I just told you, there's only 3 teams over there. AFC is too jam-packed. So if you got 3 really big teams in the NFC, well, obviously there got to be somebody else to take the 4th spot, or to be the 5th, or to step up. Anything can happen. So if you have a good draft, you could be in that mix and make upset. You could be like the 49ers last year who went to the NFC Championship and no one even thought they would. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
First round.
So, I mean, it could. That's fine. If it is, the draft is all about the future anyway. It ain't really always about this year. It's all about the future. So, but you can make a stamp because the NFC is not about to, it's about to be the weaker division in this weaker conference for the next couple years because the AFC is too crazy. So that's why I say the Eagles. So I wanted to go other places, but I'm really, in my heart and soul, it was the Eagles because we got a prime position right now, and I'm happy the moves they're making. And on draft night, Eagles Nation, you'll be happy too. The NFL will be scared of the moves
Last time I recall you saying that the Eagles would be happy with drafting. I think y'all drafted Reagor over
Yes, and what did we do next year? Because I said, the year after that, I said we're going to be really happy because how are we going to fix his mistakes? And what did we do? We got Devontae Smith. And I figured it would have been Devontae or even Patrick Surtain. And we got Devontae Smith. We got arguably the best player in the draft last year. So he redeemed himself. So I'm looking up. I'm happy with what he's doing because he had a great draft last year. And now, this year, he got in position to continue to do that. So, Howie,
y'all had the position. I will say that. Y'all had the position. Will y'all use it correctly? Let's see.
We'll see. You know what I mean? Well, we're going to stay on the draft, and we're going to talk about the top 5 mock draft. We ain't going to give you all 30 because we could be here all day long. 30.
We'll be here all day.
I would love to do that, but no, I ain't going to do that for you. Hey, not even going to do 10 because this. Hey, like I said,
just
we got a lot of things.
Anything could happen. So
Anything
it's
can happen.
Like, you never know.
The top 5 teams, and these guys are pretty much, to look out for, even if they gonna go there. But I believe they will. Number 1, Jaguars, right? Jacksonville Jaguars. So this is Boss Talk mock draft. You feel what I'm saying?
Boss Talk mock draft. You heard it here.
You feel me? Top 5. So once you see the top 5, Josh, right? Bet. Jacksonville Jaguars with the number 1 pick in the draft. They select Travon Walker.
Wow.
From Georgia. That will be a shocker to some, not to all. Some people think that this spot could be Aiden Hutchinson, who's known as being one of the best player or the best player in the draft, arguably. But the reason why Travon Walker is because upside. If you're going number 1, I feel like you have to do upsides. You got to be like, this is the best player. This could be the best player. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he pretty much don't got that many questions, but he has a high motor and he has a high ceiling, and he's heating up on a lot of people's draft boards. And according to my sources, he is definitely GMs is really loving him, and his stock is moving through the roof. Georgia, come on now, they won the chip.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Gotta go Georgia, guy.
So number 2, the Detroit Lions. They need help desperately in Motor City. They are happy to be in this position because they get the player that they thought maybe the Jaguars would have picked, and that is Aiden Hutchinson from Michigan.
Yes,
they falls right to him. He don't got to go too far away from he stays in the state of Michigan. He's to go right to Detroit. You feel what I'm saying? And it's dope. That's a high character guy. He don't got a whole lot of questions. The only thing with him, he doesn't have a high ceiling. Like a lot of people compare him to like a Jared Allen, which is really good.
Yeah.
But like, there's other, like some people feel as though that he's good, but he's not great. Like, what I'm saying, the ceiling wise.
Right.
But where he's at is still Hall of Fame, really good. You know what I'm saying? So I think he'll fit into that scheme or that culture that they are trying to build down there. Number 3, we have the Houston Texans. Like I said, everybody in top 5 need desperate help. The they're going to go in a position to fortify their line. They're going to get the best player available at this point. High character guy, really no issues. Evan Neal from Alabama, high program. Offensive tackle, he's versatile, so you can put him left tackle, right tackle, multiple different positions. And honestly, a lot of people feel as though that he could have been the number 1 pick. Like the Jaguars would have picked him if they didn't take a tackle in free agency.
Right.
So that's that. Yes, they need him, and if Davis Mills is they gonna be that guy for at least this year or so, protect him. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Get him a bodyguard.
Makes sense. Next, number 4, the Jets. New York Jets, you need help. The Big Apple, you need a big player, and I believe you're going to be getting the best player in the draft. Mark my words, this is the best player in the draft. With the 4th pick, the Jets pick Sauce Gardner from Cincinnati, cornerback.
Wow, I like
you know
that
what I'm saying?
pick, actually.
Very good.
I didn't think there.
He's the best player in that draft, bro. You even alluded to these DBs are very fast. He's super fast. He is lockdown corner. They don't use that term a lot. They don't throw it around a lot before you coming out of college.
Yeah, don't waste it.
You be a lockdown corner. Already perceived that. You're far ahead.
Last time they used that was
who Jalen Ramsey coming out the draft.
Jalen Ramsey was the last time they used that.
You know what I mean? And honestly, in this point, number 4, you're getting picked at the same spot. I think that he was picked.
I believe
so
too.
You know, during that time. But yeah, Sauce Gardner, he is very good lockdown corner. Robert Saleh and his coming from the 49ers and everything. He had Richard Sherman, who was deemed as a lockdown corner at one point. But yeah, like he needs that corner in that position. I mean, in that defense. You ain't got to worry about one side of the field. You feel me? So Sauce Gardner, best player in the draft. Mark my words. There you go. It's the Jets. Number 5, the last one of this mock draft, the New York Giants. Y'all need a lot of help.
A lot of help. Some jobs on the line.
Yes, need jobs on the line. So this one is going to help a potential job. I give them the desperate help they need, and they going to get Icky and Nua, offensive tackle from North Carolina State. He has a wrestling background. And it's just very good when you're offensive tackle, and boy, do Daniel Jones need you desperately.
Boy, do he need him.
You will start immediately in the Big Apple.
Yeah.
And he needs you because Daniel Jones, you talking about jobs, his job on the line. They give you freaking the new coach, Brian Dable, who made Josh Allen look like a superstar, and now he's over there with you, trying to fix you, and they give you offensive tackle. So you got. And Keith always said, "Oh, he ain't got no time."
I like
Listen,
him.
you get that offense, I don't hear nothing no more.
I actually like him.
Yeah, so that's the Boss Talks top 5 mock draft. So
that's from Josh. That's Josh's mock draft.
That's right.
Josh, I think my first 2 are actually the exact same as yours.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Jacksonville Jaguars to get Trayvon Walker.
Mm-hmm.
Big body, good presence. I believe they are blessed to get the first pick.
Yes.
After having the first pick.
Yes, for sure.
And being in a position to actually win. I think what happened was, like we all know, Urban Meyers was a failed try.
Yes.
I thought it was a good try. Nice swing at it, but some people are just stuck in their ways. He still wants to coach children.
Yes.
And this is in a place where you're going to be able to coach children.
You got Doug Peterson now. And
so they have Doug Peterson. Someone who won a championship.
Yep.
Which is great.
My guy.
And I think that he likes the quarterback that he has. Some coaches come and want to get new quarterbacks or whatever the case may be for job security purposes. But this time around, I think that position is very secure. And that you get Trayvon Walker.
Yep,
so we agree on the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, Adrian Hutchinson doesn't have to get a new house. I agree on that one too.
But
it's close to home. Home games with the family.
Yeah.
They're all pluses when you coming into the league. It takes the edge off of a player that
you
well.
can just be cool.
You know what I'm saying? You feel at home already. Families are all at home games. It gives you a better presence. All of your old fans don't have to go anywhere anyway.
Yeah, they right.
So
just
jersey sales, it helps see your number in the stands. People, coming to see you, things of that sort.
And then it
helps a player out of that nature. And I think, like you said, Hall of Fame player. Gives him a great position to be in. I like Adrian Hutchinson to go to the Lions. Now at 3rd pick, I'm gonna go a little different. This is where we swap out at. Mm-hmm. You went where again? Where'd you go?
This is the Texans. I went Evan Neal.
I like Charles Cross. Okay. Another offensive tackle.
Okay, we offensive line.
We're offensive line. We're at least there. But I like Cross. Mississippi State, sophomore, young player. Big player.
Yes.
Very big body. Yes. And I think he's a very he's an absolute beast. Like
he is a beast.
When you talk about a bodyguard, I think he's your bodyguard.
He would fit in that for sure.
Yeah, he definitely fits their system.
Davis Mills can't be mad.
And he's gonna be well protected.
For sure.
So I go there for 3 for the Texans. At 4 we have the Jets. Were you in that with the Jets?
Sauce Gardner, the best player in the draft.
I think I'm gonna go Ike.
Oh, you're gonna put? Okay.
I'm gonna put Ike in there.
Okay.
There. I think that they need offensive line help as well. I like the Sauce Gardner one, but I think with the D lines in the AFC, you got to protect these quarterbacks, especially if you're even if what's the quarterback's name? I'm drawing a blank. Zach Wilson. Even if he isn't your franchise guy, you still put a franchise offensive line in front of him to protect him while you have him, give him the best opportunity to show his work.
What he got.
You just got a quarterback so high in the draft. If you don't protect them, I feel like you're wasting your stock. Okay. So I go Ike there, and this one, remember we talked about job security. With a new coach being in New York with the Giants. Yeah, moving on to 5. With a new coach being in the Giants, and like I said about new coaches trying to get their own quarterback, I don't believe that this quarterback is his own quarterback, but I have a quarterback going top 5 as a shocker, and I think that he may not start immediately, but I believe that there is an opportunity for a quarterback battle. And I like Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett to get drafted 5.
Oh, sure.
It's a shocker. I believe. Listen. One thing about me that Josh knows, he can laugh now, but he may cry later. I say this stuff and I do not say it on accident.
Wait, this is coming from you?
I see a top 5 quarterback taken. I like Daniel Jones.
I was about to say
I like Daniel Jones. I love him, but we talking about job
arguing
security.
at the table about Olive Garden. Daniel, and then they gonna say Kenny Pickett.
Listen, the reason I say it is because of a new coach.
Oh wow, he just asked you.
It's really because of a new coach. I still like Daniel Jones. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's a really solid quarterback, and I think that he'll have a great year. Honestly, I think he'll have a great year. I wouldn't be mad if this pick was wasted, but for job security purposes, new coach. This is a team. Reason why I say this is this. This is a team where we've seen new coaching faces every 2 years at this point.
Right.
So if you're coming into that job, you don't feel safe.
Right.
You have to shake the room. And by shake the room, I mean you have to secure your job. You can't let Daniel Jones, who's on the edge of losing his job, make you go down that same path with him. Misery loves company. So if you're gonna give yourself a fighting chance, you got to make Daniel Jones fight for his job. Put some pressure on him. Make him either make or break him. You're gonna make or break him. So that's why I think that this pick is going here. You make or break him. If it doesn't work out, you trade him while he has a somewhat of a trade stock, and you work with Kenny Pickett. I don't think Kenny Pickett is too bad.
You trade that man now.
Honestly, Kenny Pickett reminds me a little bit of the Chargers quarterback. Drawing a blank there too.
Yeah,
Justin Herbert. He's very similar to Justin Herbert. He has a very strong arm. He can get out of the pocket if need be. And I feel like with a player with a good solid offensive line and a great offensive weapons. Right. He has great weapons. I feel like you can go get a quarterback and put him in a good position to win you some games before you lose your job due to bad Daniel Jones season.
That blew my mind just now.
Yes. So I'm going Kenny Pickett 5, and that's the shocker. I had to leave the fans with something.
Shoot. Yeah, you did that. Guys, the show over. That's crazy. I know. Like, all right, yo, we out. Dang, that's crazy. Wow. Well, okay, that's the mock draft.
That's the mock draft.
Shoot.
Heard it here first.
Yeah,
Kenny
I did not
goes top
expect
5.
that. That's crazy.
Kenny Pickett goes top 5.
Shoot. All right, bet. Hey, I mean, he shocked the fans with that. That got me like, okay.
And I like Daniel Jones. Don't get it wrong, but it's the NFL. It's the NFL. Nobody's gonna just let their job go to waste.
Well, that's the mock draft, the Boss Talk mock draft between Josh. Keith said that's how much he messed me up with that one. It's calling him myself. But yes, moving on to basketball, we have to talk about your guy from the rip. Your guy Marcus Smart, your Boston Celtics. Marcus Smart has won Defensive Player of the Year. That's the first
Locksmith of the year
award, yearly award that came out. Defensive Player of the Year, Marcus Smart. Keith, shoot, I didn't know it was coming out as soon as it did. Just came out, hit my phone. It was like, oh shoot, congrats! I want to congratulate you. Your man has locked down people all year long. Congrats.
Not just this year,
congrats.
but
Yeah, for sure.
Whatever,
But this
you know.
year, he did his thing. Why your man deserved that award?
personally, I think that the NBA has blackballed point guards from this award. The NBA has more so went toward the bigger guys in the last few years of this award, giving it to what's his name, Gobert, I think twice.
For sure. He definitely twice a year. Twice.
Yeah, he got twice recently.
Then it was some forwards, right? Before that.
If I'm not mistaken, Giannis got one.
Yeah.
Not.
He did get one before, yep.
Yeah, so it's like they've been going to the bigger guys who are not really perimeter defensive players. Giannis somewhat, but Gobert not at all. And those guys get cooked on the outside more than anybody else, in my personal opinion. When you're talking about Defensive Player of the Year, I think the NBA is a perimeter game now. The three ball has gone in more than any time ever
To be able to defend that
in
is
history,
best.
and to be able to defend that as well as defend these guards, these shifty guards, these high post players. And I feel like at all three levels, Marcus Smart gives you the grit of a defensive player that you want on your team.
He does.
He's the pit bull of the NBA. Coach called it first. And he locks down 1 through 5. And his perimeter defensive play is outstanding. Better than any other player, I think, in the NBA. And that's why I think he deserves this unapologetically.
Celtics. I understand. I wouldn't expect
Best
nothing less
defensive
from you.
player on the best defensive team.
That's heavy.
Deserves it.
That I mean, he definitely. I would say he doesn't. I would say he deserves it. I'm not mad at that. Like, he is a great defender and has been a great
Here
defender
comes
for
the butt.
years, man. I'm happy for your guy, because y'all need it. And I mean, we're gonna talk about it in a minute about these playoffs. They damn sure gonna need him defending some of these high power players. But you said the best defender and the best defensive team. I think it should have been the best defender on the best team in the NBA. And that's Mikal Bridges on the Phoenix Suns. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. I was shocked that your man won.
Wow.
Because not that he didn't deserve it, because your man is definitely, like, I thought he would be second. But you could not tell me it wouldn't have been Mikal Bridges. He locks the best player every week, every game, and you're comfortable. We just talk about lockdown corners. No, that's football, but like just be able to have somebody on a person and it's locked down no matter who it is, 1 through 5. Like you said, like, is awesome, and he's got the perimeter. Like, man, oh my God, bro, I really can't believe it. And he's number 1, and you really see that the Suns are. We even said before how the dangerous the Suns are, and I talked about Mikal Bridges, how he does his thing, and the fact that they have so much more wins than everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And he was part of that reason. Locking people down every night. It don't mean it was a good team, bad team. He was bringing it every night. It's Mikal Bridges, bro. Mikal Bridges put out a tweet and everything like, oh, wow, congratulating Marcus Smart and all that. But I think he was utterly shocked. I think, like, what? Let me just show respect and be the humble man I am. But, like, and it was a couple people that was like, you know, applauding your man for it. And some people were like, oh, Mikal Bridges got freaking snubbed. I think they both deserve it. But I ain't going to hold you. I'm just shocked just because of how the success of the Suns and him in general, especially his growth and what he's put into. So I'm not mad at it. But I really would have thought it would have been. But anyone could have got it. And Mikal Bridges was second. At least he was second. At least
I like him at second.
At least it was a horse race. At least it was close. It wasn't like, oh, you know what I'm saying? But damn.
I think what gave Mikal Bridges the upside, if he had an upside, was the fact that he hasn't missed a game since being in the NBA. That was what gave him the upside. And you know I love him because when he got on draft night, I told you that the Sixers had missed out.
Right, yeah. We knew
by
he missed
not
out.
Picking him.
Yeah. Sure.
By not picking him. Like, that's
I want him.
Yeah,
Get him now.
That was like y'all best bet that draft.
Needed him.
And I love him. But the thing about Marcus Smart is his growth. I know we're talking about defensive player of the year, and his defense has always been great.
Mikal Bridges.
But Marcus Smart has grown to be the league's most scary defender.
Okay.
Like I understand you neither one of them do you want guarding you
Right.
on any given Friday. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. But what I mean is, when it comes down to Marcus Smart, what I think he does better than Mikal Bridges is he guards 1 through 5 better.
Okay.
And at a smaller body.
Oh, that's
at
all
that.
debatable.
But in a smaller body though, it's like you've seen Marcus Smart lock up Ben Simmons at 6'10".
Put the tape on the. Show me the tapes. I know. I'm messing with you.
You've seen him defend some of the bigger players, Giannis's, the Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
You can sit him in front of Embiid, and you're not comfortable, but he can surprise you, and he can give you a defensive play, a winning play. He dives on the ground more than anyone else, and he fights for the best. He puts your basketball team in the best position possible every play.
Damn.
Every play. Every play.
It's
And this
Mikal
is
Bridges.
without the bias.
Boss Talk fans, what do y'all think? Put it in the comments below.
Matter of fact, we're going to run a poll.
Yeah,
we're gonna
this
run
is
a poll
crazy.
because this may have been a snub to some.
Mikal Bridges.
But we're going to run a poll to see. We're going to run a poll. We're going to see who get Defensive Player of the Year.
It's so close. That's why it's like
in
picking
the
teeth.
eyes of our fans.
Yeah. I'm Mikal. Team Mikal for this one. He's Team
Smart.
Celtic. It could have been
of
Al
course.
Horford. It didn't.
It could have been Rob Williams. He was top 5. He was top 5, so I would have
It
been
didn't
cool.
even matter.
If it was Rob Williams, the bias would have kicked in. I would have been saying, "Oh, Mikal didn't deserve it."
It is what it
But
is.
you know, Marcus Smart.
Man, Mikal, I appreciate that tweet that you put out because we knew what that really meant. You like, man, this nigga not better than me, but I'm gonna just show him.
I mean, what I do think though, I think this puts the NBA in position to respect those smaller people.
Right.
And I think Mikal Bridges will get his day.
He get his day. He
his
gonna
day.
get his day because he making that ring. He may say forget what because y'all may be out soon.
Nah.
You know what?
Nah.
Let's just transition over to our playoff bracket of the first round. Let's see if Boston Celtics make it to the second round and see how well Marcus Smart can defend a certain somebody. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Well,
transition it
let's
over.
transition on over. Let's take this mic over. Make sure they can get my sound.
Hey, bro, would you want to just bring it over?
Yeah, okay.
I think that might fit.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I think we'll do it. Might as well. We're gonna bring the board over. You know what I'm saying? Transition. Bring the board over. You know what I mean? So you see what you see right now is the playoff bracket of the first round. We don't care about second and third and fourth. We'll be here all day long.
We'll
You know
come
what
back
I'm
to that.
saying? Joe, everything good? Bet. See that? Man, Joe on the camera right now.
Best assistant in the world.
We trying something new at Boss Talk right now. We want to get real interactive with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the playoff bracket of the first round. I guess we're gonna go at the same time with it. You know what I
Back
mean?
and forth,
Back and
simultaneously.
forth. And we're gonna just start from the top.
Yeah, let's start from the top.
Miami versus Atlanta. Keith, who do you got?
To be honest with you, we talk about defense a whole lot. Defensively, I'm gonna go Miami in 5.
Okay.
Miami in 5. Too much defense, not enough offense in Atlanta.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
pretty much. That's as far as it's gonna go for them.
You know what? I'm gonna double down with you. Trey, you're going home.
Yeah, Trey, you gotta go home. Last year
Miami.
was the farthest shit you might go.
I don't know the games, but you're going home.
You go home?
You're going home. Next, we going to Philadelphia. My guys,
Philadelphia.
Joel Embiid, MVP, and Toronto. Hey, I'm gonna start it off.
We know where
we
you
already
going.
know where we going.
Yeah.
Philly, going to the next round. Woo.
Where you got him going? How many games you got this one going to?
This is sweet.
Okay.
Sweet.
Okay, I'm good.
Sweet me.
So I'm
Broom me.
gonna double down on everything you said, and I'm gonna turn this into a broom.
Oh, bet. Tried his best.
Hold on, this blue drying out on me, y'all. Bear with me.
He trying his best.
That's
okay,
a broom.
It's a broom. He doubled down on that.
Double down on that.
Philly
That's a
move
broom.
on. Milwaukee, Chicago. Giannis and your man DeRozan.
Yeah.
You know what? Go ahead, Keith. You start this one off. Who going forward? You sending your man DeRozan home?
Love you, DeRozan, but kick your feet up, bro. It's Lonzo Ball. Y'all need him badly. It ain't enough. Without him, it ain't enough. I loved you to death, but
It's over.
see you in 5. Milwaukee
Like Dirk said, it's
in
over.
5.
I'm going to double down Milwaukee.
You like him in 5?
5.
In 5.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Milwaukee, move on right now. Is Keith's team. You already see my team moving on, right?
We gonna go Boston in 6, y'all.
Damn.
Big 6.
Boston moves on, according to Keith. Well,
Go
Keith.
Boston in 6, y'all. Tatum, do your thing.
You know what? I'd love to see you in the second round.
I would.
I would love to.
Well, we would see y'all in the finals, conference finals.
Shoot, well, I'd love to see y'all at some point in the playoffs. But I ain't gonna hold you. You can't stop that man, KD. That man, Marcus Smart, you talked about, he can't guard that man, KD. He ain't enough for it.
Yeah, and Pete Kevin Durant was on tour game 1.
It ain't enough.
His
Ain't
field goal
enough.
percentage is like tour dates.
I give it 7.
7.
I give it 7.
That's when they definitely go home.
You know what I'm saying?
If you go that far.
No, KD in an elimination. Come on. Phoenix and New Orleans. I'm a Phoenix. Do we have to really talk about this?
Do we got to bring the broom back out?
Yeah, broom me.
Okay, broom me.
Broom me. The Suns, Mikal Bridges, lockdown defender, all of that. Devin Booker,
I bit the big broom that time.
big broom. It's over.
It's over.
Utah, the Jazz versus the Mavericks. Keith, which way you going for this?
Hey, I'm honestly stuck at a pick'em.
Oh, okay.
I'm at a pick'em in Game 7.
So
Game 7 with a question mark. That's
don't
a
know.
question mark. Yeah.
well, you know what? I'm gonna
stuck.
just tell you what it is.
I'm stuck
This
there.
is the upset. It's Dallas.
Dallas
It's
with the
Dallas all
upset.
the way.
You like 7 too?
I like Dallas. I don't know when, but Dallas. I say Dallas. Utah is gonna Jazz. They're gonna Utah. They're gonna fold. This is just what they do. Anytime they look good, they just fell.
They fell.
And this is Luka's time. You know what I mean? And
Luka hasn't. He might.
Luka,
We
Brunson,
don't know when he comes
Tim
back.
They got guys.
They got guys.
Dinwiddie, Utah. I just don't believe in Utah. It really comes down to that more than Dallas.
Comes down to Utah. All right.
Golden State and
Moving on to
Denver.
Golden State. Me personally, I'm bringing the broom back out.
Oh, all right, bet.
Golden State won't lose a game. Too much firepower, too much Jordan Poole, and too much Curry off the bench.
I don't know about the broom, but I'm going to do Golden State, period, in, if I had to say a game, 5.
5?
Say 5 games.
Maybe
if I had
one
to say
game?
it. Yeah. Like you said, for the same people. It's over.
Yeah, it's over. We already know.
You're not going to win MVP. You better not.
Yeah, Jokic.
You better not.
I don't even think he'll win MVP. I like
Better
your man for MVP.
Thank you. We ended off Memphis and Minnesota, which could be the best game on here.
This may be
You know
the
what
best
I mean?
series.
Best series.
Well, on 2 and 7 on both
besides-
sides,
yeah.
I believe
yeah.
are the best. The
Yeah.
best ones. 2 and 7 fell perfectly. Where you going? I'm gonna let you go first.
I'm going my man Ja Morant in Memphis. I talked about him last week, or a couple weeks ago, a couple shows ago. Memphis. You know what I'm saying? They're deep. I told you about the depth before, their defense. Jaren Jackson. They got a lot of guys. Dylan Brooks. Come on. You can't. I know these guys is young and they hungry, but these is for real.
I believe Memphis is very for real. But off my intuition, I'm going to pick 'em Game 7 again.
Oh, my God.
Pick 'em Game 7. Minnesota has way too much talent, young talent that's hungry and prepared to win. They have playoff experience on their team. Unlike Memphis Grizzlies, you have players who have went to the playoffs and dropped multiple 40s. They may not do it now, but I'm talking about Russell.
Right.
D'Lo is a very experienced player in the playoffs from just a short sample size. But Memphis has nothing that has seen the playoffs. Pick 'em Game 7.
All right.
Karl Anthony Towns, maybe
Interesting.
too much, and
Maybe
Anthony
too much?
Edwards is a dog.
Oh, wow.
Love him. Pick 'em Game 7 for me.
This is the first round, guys.
First round. It's getting real
heated.
scary, getting heated. Some
ready.
people, they know they going home. They packing their bags. For others, fight till the end.
Fight to the end. You're going to be upset maybe what happens, guys. But you see this team, Philly? We the real deal. We going to the end. You know what I'm saying? We'll revisit this as the rounds go on. Guys, this is Boss Talk. We had a lot of
Boss
things.
Talk,
we
you
broke
heard it here
down.
first.
You know what I mean? We sports, music, culture. Kendrick Lamar, big thing in music. You know the draft coming in football.
Draft
and basketball. You know the first round.
It's
is
the best time
heavily
in basketball right here.
Best time.
Let's
Guys,
see what make it to April.
and see what happens. See what happens in April. Or see what happens next week.
Yeah.
May have a lot more surprises
Let's
coming
see
up.
what make it to May.
Yes. Guys, thank you for watching. It's Boss Talk with Josh.
And Keys. We
See you
locked
next week.
in.
We locked in.
Episode 6, y'all.
That's right.